On June 10, 2021. Testimony of Sean Holcomb. Question by Mr. Huckabee. When did you meet with your attorney to sign the affidavit in October? Answer. She had gone and emailed me the affidavit that I had given, and I signed it via electronic signature. Question. But they are notarized. So when did you visit with the notary to verify your signatures? Answer. I was aware you can do it electronic nowadays. Question. So you weren't present in front of a notary when those signatures got notarized? Answer. No. April 11, 2021. Dear Mr. Blystone. Enclosed is a copy of an affidavit of complaint executed by Jessie Lynn Bailey, alleging that you have violated the duties and responsibilities of your office as a Texas notary public. The allegations are: you performed a notarization when the purported signer did not personally appear before you at the time of the notarization. You notarized a false certificate. You must respond to the complaint in writing using the attached affidavit of notary named in complaint form, and the complaint must be received by this office within 21 days from the date this letter is mailed. 1 Tex. Admin. Code 87.33, C. 4, 2018. Your response must be typewritten or printed on the enclosed affidavit and verified before an officer authorized to administer oaths. Your response should include the following: a response to each allegation and any disputed facts, your current mailing address, email address, and phone number. Copies or the pages of your notary record book referencing the notarizations at issue, unredacted. Copies of the pages of your notary record book showing the last 15 notarization performed by you, unredacted, and any additional information relevant to the complaint. Investigator, Notary Public Complaints. September 2, 2021. Importance. High. Sensitivity. Personal. Hello. A complaint has been filed against your Texas Notary Public Commission. If you have an attorney that will represent you with this complaint, we will need a letter of representation from the attorney before we are able to discuss the complaint with them. I have also attached a copy of our voluntary surrender form in the event you wish to voluntarily surrender your commission. This will not dismiss the allegations of the complaint, but our office is only able to take disciplinary action against a commissioned notary. If a notary voluntarily surrenders their commission, we must close the complaint. If you, in the future, decide to reapply to become a notary, you will need to address the allegations of the complaint at that time. Thank you. October 15, 2021. Dear Mr. Blystone. Our office is in search of a Texas notary public, Ken Blystone, and are needing to get in contact with this notary. We have information that shows this notary may live at this address. Please have him contact our office immediately to discuss this an important matter regarding their notary public commission. Thank you for your assistance. October 26, 2021. I apologize for not responding to this previously. It went to a junk folder and I just found it. I will be sending a response today. Ken Blystone. Law Office of Bridget O'Brien. October 28, 2021. Hello, I wanted to check in with you on your response. Have you been able to complete it yet? Thank you. November 3, 2021. I apologize again for taking so long. I have been busy catching up due to my wife's assistant being out for over a month and just didn't get it done until today. My response is attached, without notarization, but I can get that done and resend it. Ken Blystone. Law Office of Bridget O'Brien. Affidavit of notary named in complaint. 4. I have a personal relationship to the purported signer of the document at issue. The relationship is: I have met Haven Holcomb during baseball games in which her cousin played with my stepson. Her uncle was the coach and she would sit with her aunt near us. 7. The attached copies of my notary records are incomplete, or copies are not enclosed because Haven did not come into the office when she signed the document. We were working remotely due to COVID-19 and she did not have the document notarized when she sent it. My response to the allegation against me is: Haven Holcomb did not sign the documents in question in my presence. The document prepared with a statement from her diary. A copy was sent to her to sign and have notarized, but she sent it without notarization. I was not working in the office at the time due to COVID-19 and notarized it without her being present. I did confirm by phone that it was her true statement and that she did sign it. She made a similar statement to the police and has testified in court that it was her statement and her signature. I did not forge her signature or falsify her statement. November 4, 2021. Hello, thank you for submitting this. I have reviewed it and have a few questions. Please note, this response cannot be accepted until it is notarized. Once you have the notarized version, please send it to me. You stated that Ms. Holcomb testified to her signing this document in a court hearing. Do you have transcription of that testimony? I also did not receive copies of your notary logbook for the entries of the notarization in question. This need to be unredacted. Please send those to me as soon as you are able. Even if there is no entry for the notarization, I still need to see the page that it would have been entered on. Thank you. July 28, 2020. Motion for new trial. Pursuant to Rule 320 of the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, Patrick Sean Holcomb, respondent in the above-captioned suit against Jessie Lynn Bailey, petitioner, files the motion for new trial and states as follows. This is a suit affecting a parent-child relationship. An agreement was announced on the record in this matter May 14, 2020. The agreement awarded Jessie Lynn Bailey make-up visitation with the child Haven Holcomb and continued a standard possession order. Patrick Sean Holcomb petitions this court to set aside the agreement and grant a new trial for the following good cause. There were several incidents that occurred after the trial in which Jessie Bailey caused emotional harm to the child, Haven Holcomb. Furthermore, Haven Holcomb was physically assaulted by her stepfather during the visit that she had with her mother, Jessie Bailey. The argument resulted in Haven Holcomb's cell phone being destroyed when she attempted to call the police. Haven Holcomb felt that her safety was in jeopardy during this altercation and ran away from Jessie Bailey's care. The relationship between Jessie Bailey and Haven Holcomb has reached a point where the child would be emotionally and physically in danger if the visitation were to continue. A new trial will not cause unfairness to the parties, but will prevent the rendition of an improper judgment against Patrick Sean Holcomb. The affidavit of Patrick Sean Holcomb is attached as Exhibit A and the affidavit of Haven Lynn Holcomb is attached as Exhibit B and are incorporated here by reference. Patrick Sean Holcomb petitions the court to grant this motion and issue an order granting a new trial to retry the issues as requested above and for general relief. Respectfully submitted, Bridget O'Brien, Certificate of Conference. I certify that a reasonable effort has been made to resolve the dispute without the necessity of court intervention and that the effort failed. Bridget O'Brien, Certificate of Service. I certify that a true copy of this document was served in accordance with Rule 21A of the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure on the following on July 28, 2020. Verification. I have personal knowledge of the facts and allegations stated in the motion for new trial, and they are true and correct. Patrick Sean Holcomb. Signed under oath made under the pains and penalties of perjury, before me on July 27, 2020. Ken Blystone. Exhibit A. Sean Holcomb's affidavit in support of new trial. Sean Holcomb personally appeared before me and stated under oath, "My name is Sean Holcomb. I am over the age of 18. I am competent to testify and therefore make this affidavit. This affidavit is based on my personal knowledge, and the facts are true and correct." On May 29, Jessie Bailey did not show up for her weekend visitation with Haven. I waited at the designated pickup location until 6:20 p.m. and I also texted her with no response. I was notified that Jessie would be exercising her visitation the next weekend and that she would also be exercising 1 or weeks of make-up visitation, so she would have Haven until June 14. Jessie did pick up Haven for visitation on June 5, but they had an argument and Jessie returned Haven on June 12. At that point Jessie texted me that she wanted to relinquish her rights and I believed that she was not going to exercise her visitation anymore. I was informed that Jessie had changed her mind and wanted to have her summer visitation. I dropped Haven off at her house on July 2 around 1:30 p.m. Approximately 40 minutes later Haven called me from a neighbor's house. Haven told me that she was kicked by Jessie's husband, Jonathan Bailey, and that he destroyed her phone. I called the police and they took a report. I was told by the officer that Jessie said Haven was no longer welcome at her home. I believe that the circumstances have significantly changed since the hearing on May 14, 2020, and the current orders are no longer in the best interest of my daughter, Haven. Patrick Sean Holcomb, subscribed and sworn to before me on July 27, 2020. Ken Blystone.
Due to the mental and physical abuse from July 2nd.
You weren't present at any of these times, were you? You weren't present.
No,
You
sir.
weren't present, were you?
No, sir.
So you have no idea what happened, if anything. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Haven Holcomb's affidavit. My name is Haven Holcomb. I am competent to testify and therefore make this affidavit. This affidavit is based on my personal knowledge, and the facts are true and correct. On July 2nd my dad dropped me off for summer visitation with my mom. We had to wait outside their house for over 15 minutes before they finally let me in. Jonathan immediately began harassing me about my sister, Lexi, not coming over with me. I told him that he should keep his comments to himself. Jonathan then began to harass me about saying hello to my mom. When I said hello, he called me a disrespectful child. My mom came downstairs and handed me some papers. She told me that I lied to the lawyers and counselor and said I didn't write the messages that I sent her. She starts this argument often. I responded in the same way I always do, that I did not lie to them, and yes, I wrote the messages. I also told her that I didn't lie to the cops when we had to call them because she threatened to kill herself. They continued to call me names and said that I have a lot of problems. I got a message on my phone and I went to check it. Jonathan grabbed the phone out of my hand and walked out. I followed him and asked him to return my phone. He would not give it back, so I took my mom's phone to try and call for help. They took my mom's phone back from me, and then Jonathan slammed my phone on the ground. I was crying and trying to walk away, but Jonathan wouldn't let me. He was walking up the stairs backwards and my mom still yelling at me from behind. Jonathan tripped and fell over and kicked me right under my rib, causing me to stumble down the stairs a bit. I was begging to go home, and I sat on the bedroom floor crying. I asked my mom to take me home. She told me, "You're not going anywhere," and she told me that I have problems to figure out. I was hurt and scared, so when she left, I crawled out of the window and ran to the alley. I didn't have any shoes on and the rocks hurt and the ground was burning my feet, but I kept running until I found a house with a nice lady that let me in, and she let me use her phone. Haven Holcomb, subscribed and sworn to before me on July 27, 2020. Ken Blystone.